engine mounts are somewhat figured out for the K series, it's time to install the radiator mount kit for the Volkswagen Scirocco radiator I got from Hush Performance. They provide tons of Honda parts. Robert's been in the Honda community for years supplying parts for all Honda swaps, so check them out, Hush Performance. But within this kit there is everything I need for the radiator mount to work and the radiator from a Volkswagen Scirocco. I just have to modify the engine bay where the radiator will be mounted. So let's do that. First step is taking the bumper off. I unfortunately forgot to hit record, but the bumper was holding on by a zip tie. I cut it, and this is the aftermath. It's off! With the bumper out of the way, I can see all the useless AC lines and other stuff that I don't really need because it's race car. So I'm going to remove all of these and then proceed with the mount kit. I'm of course using my new Tecton sockets and Icon wrench and the such. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check my previous videos of my unboxing of new tools. If you are doing an engine swap, I know it's a show car thing, but don't use these. Don't use these. They are so annoying. They look cool and flashy, but they are really annoying to have to deal with when you're doing anything to your car pretty much. 5 hours later. It's much easier space to work with. Onto the scary part. Measuring is done, and looking at it, it's going to be easier if I drop the cross member down so I can get in here and cut, because I'll be cutting with this grinder again. Following the guide that Hush Performance sent with the mount kit, there has to be a minimum of 19 inches for the mount kit to work. For rigidity's sake, I'm going to keep this little piece here. In their instructions, they cut all the way to the vertical piece of the frame for looks, essentially. I don't care for looks. I need it to be as rigid as possible in case I do crash. Although the crash bar is in the bumper itself, this still provides some sort of cushion. I don't have any protective glasses, but I found these in my wagon. So we're gonna use sunglasses as my PPE. Use the proper glasses. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Not too bad. Pretty straight line. So I have to cut into this side piece, this extra metal that's right here, so that bracket A can fit properly. However, because it doesn't go too low, I should be able to save this extra bit of metal down here, and the more material I save, the more rigidity I save with the core support. Well, looks like that's where I'm stopping. Unfortunately, since I don't have a charger for the Bauer grinder, that's where I'm stopping for tonight. So I will pick this up tomorrow. Day 2. For the moment of truth. It cleaned up pretty good. Ignore that. So according to our instructions, next step would be to add bracket A, center the square notch with the center hole. Brackets B will fit on top of A. I may have to cut more. Day 3, I did end up having to cut way more, and I did have to get rid of some of the rigidity that I wanted to keep on the bottom. Oh well. But now, bracket A fits with bracket B. Next part is marking where I'll be drilling to make B and A work together. And marked. I'm going to use my little punch again, and according to the Hush Performance instructions, you're supposed to go up to a 7/16 drill bit, which is huge. This is a 7/16 bit, but for now, I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna start with a baby 1/16. Don't worry, I have proper PPE this time. now that the 1/16 is done, I feel more comfortable going to the 5/16 because I have a little pilot hole or a better guide hole now than just a punch. Last bit is a 7/16 bit, and at this point, the holes are so big that I don't even see the point in keeping this metal, but whatever. I forgot to press record. I'm sorry. But riv nuts are secure. Next step is to align brackets A with brackets B. Now that these are secure, both brackets A and B, I accidentally forgot to drill these side pieces out. Mark, drill, secure, then next step. Now all of the bolts are in. It's time to install the grommets to the upper tab mounts and then obviously to A. And these upper tab mounts fit these holes that are in here or out here. You can see them from the outside, and they use the stock holes that are in the frame. And moment of truth. See if all that hard work paid off. It didn't, because it doesn't clear. Joke's on me, of course. I guess that the instructions might be from an old version of this, especially because the DIY aluminum post procedure isn't needed anymore. They are already welded on. The instructions stating you have the choice whether or not to grind or cut all the way up to the vertical pillars on either side is incorrect. You have to cut those. So, I guess it'll look pretty. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more, and then we'll pop the radiator in, hopefully. Take two. Okay. She fits! And that is the Hush Performance EFVWR1 radiator mount kit and radiator installed. So it was a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be, a lot more cutting than I was hoping for. I wanted to save some rigidity, but oh well. And the B and A mounts provide the rigidity needed. Now I've got a shiny new radiator, my first ever brand new radiator in any of my cars. Now that this is done, I'll continue with the swap on the EF hatch to get the K-Series in, but we're done with radiator. So yay. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Check me out next time. Bye!